This auction that I showed you last week is a go for today. And this was the one I showed you guys. The fella had all the tubes and the tube radios and tube repair books, radio repair books, TV repair books, equipment. It's a go. We did get a little bit of snow last night from our big storm that come in, which we were supposed to get a whole whopping 6 to 10 inches of snow, and that was a humongous flop. We might have got the most here about 4 inches. It was just nothing what they predicted. Now down south there's a few places that got up to a ½ inch ice way down southern Ohio, northern Kentucky and stuff like that. And I feel for them people, but at the same time I'm glad that it missed us. We don't need any more of that kind of damage up in here after what the winds did a couple weeks back, which it was hard to believe last weekend. I was showing you on that table right there that Gold Star stereo, standing outside with a sweatshirt on. It was 56 degrees outside and beautiful. And then a week later, it's this morning, let's see, what does that say? 20.2, and that's up here by the house. The house holds in some heat because it's brick. So it's just about 14 degrees outside this morning. This is going to be one chilly ass auction, but it's going to be well worth it, I hope. Okay guys, we're getting closer to our destination. We're about another 10 minutes out, and I wanted to show you what the northern part of the county I live in looks like. A lot of farms and cattle farms and small communities up here that have small churches, Catholic country more or less. But what I'm traveling down right now is soon to be obsolete. This is Ohio State Route 242, and it got its beginnings a long time ago as a little horse path, and ended up becoming a state highway, but that's all about to end next year. This road will be continued straight ahead. Right now it jogs to the left and then jogs back. But right over here is our county's little airport, and one of the major corporations around here called Midmark, if anybody's ever heard of them, they produce a lot of medical gurneys and stuff like that, medical equipment, and they want to extend our Darke County Airport, our county airport back here, across what is right now 242, because they want to land their corporate jets there. That's the kind of pull that company has. They also rerouted Ohio State Route 185, which is north of the town I'll be going through here in a minute, by about a ½ mile, so they can add on X amount of square feet to their building. Huge company, major company, one of the largest employers in northern Darke and western Shelby County, Ohio. So, right now this is called Chase Road, the road I'm on, which 242 turned back her gas curve. This is where 242 will be coming along once everything's revamped. Now right now this road is just barely wide enough to get maybe you and a snowplow down in the winter. It's really tight. I travel this road every day going to work, and there's been some pretty hairy mornings. Sometimes you come across a snowplow out in here, but you got to be careful because the ditches on this side, as you can see, are fairly deep. And once they do all that and get this revamped, they will completely shut down the section back there, and the part that comes off the other side of 242 to the north of me right now will be shut down and become a county road, which the state turned ownership of 242 over to the county earlier this year, so now the county owns it. It's no longer state funded. It's one more way to screw the county's budget up. So, but it is what it is. Heading back home now, guys. Oh, that was an awesome auction. I was up here for about 2.5 to 3 hours, and did a quick preview of a few of the things. You can see them pretty good. Some Heath kit test equipment. Here's a Admiral TV set sitting on the front seat. The back seat is full of test equipment and stuff, and the bed is full of test equipment. I bought all this gentleman Sam's PhotoFax. There's about 6 filing cabinets worth and 2 boxes of PhotoFax. And I want to say it right now, because I want to make this clear. I do not buy this stuff only for my enjoyment, folks. This stuff is also here for anybody else who needs a PhotoFax scan or anything like that, or has desperately looked for this stuff for many, many years and needs it to repair an item that they really want to bring back to life. give me a holler, you know, personal message me right here on YouTube and tell me, hey Nate, you guys happen to have a photo fact that I can get a scan from it? I'll be more than happy to help you out. You know, that's what this is all about, you know. It's not just for my own enjoyment, it's for the enjoyment of others, because I want to see people get stuff working, vintage equipment and whatnot that had been sitting for years. I want them to enjoy it, is what I'm saying. I want them to enjoy it as much as I enjoy it. And guys, feel free to message me for any of that kind of stuff. I'll give you a closer view of some of the things that I have here when we get home. For right now, we're heading on in. We're about 20 minutes outside of where I live. Coming up on, this is Greenville, Ohio. This is the county seat of Darke County where I live at. And that's a pretty good size city. Not huge by any means, but we make it work. Greenville is the home of KitchenAid, mixers and stand mixers and appliances and stuff like that. We also have the claim to fame to BASF here in town, which is this big facility right here. It's BASF. The next building over there where the water tower is at, behind the building now, was once Corning Glass, and we made all the glass mixing bowls, all the glass measuring cups. They have now since went out of business, and that company's completely dissolved. They're no longer around. That was one of the major employers here in Greenville for many, many years. And we also had Hobart. Hobart was a subsidiary later to become KitchenAid. So there's a lot of good stuff here in Greenville. We are the home of, supposedly the home Darke County is of Annie Oakley. We have the claim to fame of Fort Greenville. You know, we had a lot of Tecumseh, what was the name of the Indian down here? Tecumseh, I think, or something like that. It's horrible. I lived in this city my whole life. I don't know the history. Lal Thomas was from Greenville, Ohio. Just a handful of other people from this wonderful city. And I'm proud to say that I live in Ohio, you know. And that's about it for right now. We'll start here. I've got the cab full. Yeah, a TV set on the front seat. A couple pieces of test equipment down there. A few other things. There's a whole box full of test equipment. You guys are going to love some of the stuff I get it out and I start showing it to you. The bed of the truck is completely full. This is Sam's Photo Facts. These 3 boxes up here are Sam's Photo Facts. I don't remember what these 2 were. I'll have to get them out and open them up. And that's what this other box back here, 2 boxes I should say, in the back seat. This one and this one are Sam's Photo Facts. Another piece of test equipment down there on the floor. You guys are going to flip. I about flipped. I got all this stuff for $36 today. I could not believe it. The Sam's Photo Facts sold for $3 a filing cabinet. I bought all 6 filing cabinets for 18 bucks. I think it was 3. Might have only been 2. Whatever, it was dirt cheap. And the 2 boxes over there sold for $1 a piece. So I got all the Sam's Photo Facts for 14 bucks. That's what it was. It sold for $2 a filing cabinet. I bought all 6 for 12, and then bought each one of these boxes for $1. So 14 bucks for all the Sam's Photo Facts. I think this box of test equipment alone was $1, $2. The TV set was $1. I think this down here, we're going to have some fun with this. I'm glad I got this. I actually had a young kid come up and ask me if I would be willing to sell this after I bought it. It is a Heathkit battery eliminator, and pretty neat. And this one box down here, I need to get rid of it. It's on the floor down here. I'll show you later. I think the thing is full of magnets, and if that's the case, there's a bunch of them in there. I need to get that out of the mix with all this stuff. Let's go around the other side real quick. This place had a field for us to park in, about 20 acres behind the barn, and it was turned into a regular all-out mud pit. So I made it out pretty well unscathed, but there was one guy back there that had a full-size Chevy, about like mine here, that was a dually, and he had that thing buried all the way up to the front end, all the way up to the bumper. Some of these people think their bigger trucks are going to get them where they want to go, and sometimes they will, but other times they won't. What do y'all think of that? That's a Heathkit TV alignment generator. Dollar bill. A lot of this stuff, I think they probably would have just threw it out or compiled it all together until they would have got enough crap into one pile. They would have sold it all for a couple bucks. And it does have the leads with it. Here's one, and here's the cord. Everything's there. It's going to probably need going through, checked out. Like I said, this box and that box back here are photo facts. Neat thing about this guy, I was talking to his daughter before I left. I also met a couple other guys. I'll explain them in a minute. But I met his daughter, and her daughter was telling us that her dad would pay her and her other 6 siblings 2 cents a piece to test his TV and radio tubes. So every tube they tested, they got $2 or 2 pennies, 2 cents. I thought that was kind of cool. I told her, I said that was neat of him to get you guys, try to get you guys interested in the hobby or the business for him, because he did TV radio repair and did burglar and security alarms on the side down in Dayton, Ohio. He had his own business. And after he retired, I guess, or got out of it, he kept a few small things in the basement there at home. He did a couple radio repairs here and there, did some TV troubleshooting here and there. And for the most part, he just kind of abandoned it all as his health declined, and that was all up for auction today, along with tons and tons of other stuff. But along with his daughter, meeting his daughter, I also met 2 ham radio operators over there. And John, if you're watching, one of the guys knows you. He's from over in Springfield, Ohio. And I'll have to look. Let me find my pocket here. They were also members of Antique Radio Forum. You know, I swapped some information with them, emails, addresses, and stuff like that. This guy's ham radio name is KC8KEF. And his first name's Larry. And I met another guy up there. I believe his name was Ron. And they were both from Springfield, Ohio. They come up in a Ford Ranger pickup truck, and they had a whole bed full of stuff when they left. And there's another guy up there too. I didn't meet him or talk to him. He bought all the vacuum tubes. And you know, everybody got something good out of this sale. And I hope that everybody will repurpose what come out of this sale for one thing or another. You know, I really look forward to getting into this and showing you guys a lot of what I got here today. So let me put the camera down and quit yapping. I need to get in the house. I've been out here for 20 minutes since I come home to check on my 2 doggies, my little dachshunds, and see what they need to do, and we'll go from there. Boy, oh boy, am I ever glad that I brought my hand cart today. Whew, this thing paid for itself. It was nice to have it. I had to pack some of this stuff almost, you know, a couple 100 yards out into the field to my truck, and this hand cart paid for itself. I also made this a little easier to break down when it comes time to store it somewhere or transport it. I took there was a cotter key, just like that one. It had a cotter key in it, right there. I took that out. That was in both sides of this axle. Drilled the hole out for a 1/4-inch linchpin. That way I can just pull that pin, slide the tire off the axle, and slide the whole other axle out. And I can lay this down, and it makes it a heck of a lot more compact to transport the thing to and from where we're going. Anywho, here we go. $36 worth of goodies. Like a kid in a candy store. This is a 19-inch Admiral portable set. I imagine that this is probably black and white. I don't know. It does have a tag here. This is property of W.A. Dunkel. That was the guy that owned, had the sale and owned the electronics repair shop. And I'm not sure what this says. It says needs something tube. I hope it doesn't say needs PIX tube. If that's the case, this tube is probably junk. It's got a safety shield over top of it, protect the tube itself. It's got a telescoping antenna here, pulls out of the back. And I don't know how many channel this is. Probably only 13. I could be wrong. But I know this is a power volume. I'm not sure what that is. I thought it might have been a contrast or brightness. Might be brightness. This is a Admiral 19-inch Deluxe. Deluxe. Let's spin this heavy ass thing around. It is. I carried this all the way from the barn where I bought it at out to the truck. A couple thousand feet at least. Really, it'll wear you out quick, that's for sure. We've got connections for UHF and VHF, so I guess it is a UHF and VHF set. I don't know nothing about TV, so I'm going to blabber for a while. I think I've seen a model number somewhere on this thing on the bottom, I believe. Yeah, right there. This is a model P93B16, and it uses chassis 16B3B, and this is production run number 10. And this particular set right here is chassis number, or serial number 9851168. If anybody's curious there. A few other stickers up inside of there. It's going to be kind of neat. This is my first TV set. I don't own any TV sets that are vintage or of a vintage era. So I'm still a noob on that kind of stuff. Let's take a little bit more in-depth look at some of this other stuff I have. I got about 4 minutes left on my memory card, so I'll be brief. Like I said, all these filing cabinets are Sam's PhotoFax, along with this box and this box. We'll get into them later. This is a Heathkit battery eliminator, 6 and 12 volts. This back here was a Heathkit TV alignment generator. This is something I have to go around on the other side here. Part of the guy stuff the guy owned. Like I say, he ran a alarm company with this TV radio repair crap, and I think this is an empty box. Wells Fargo Alarm Services. I'll have to go through these PhotoFax. Like I said, I want to share the wealth on these guys. I want to be able to help people out. Over here we have a whole box of test equipment. We'll go through that later. Here we have gauges, relays. There's a bunch of relays down here. These gauges are kind of neat. When they don't reset, there's a button down here that says push button, and when you push the button, and that one don't work right. Find one of them. They'll reset themselves. Oop, like that. A lot of DC milliamp gauges. I wanted them to build a project with. There's a hour meter of some kind. There's a transistor and diode tester. Century. Breakers, electrolytics, relays, transformers. Some tubes stuck in there. There's a bunch of light bulbs and switches. And I'm not even sure what's down the bottom of the box. So, guys, we'll take this bit by bit. I'll get some of it carried in the house, and we'll go through some of this. Oh, here's another thing. This is a Signal Corp frequency meter. This is a Philco product, and that's not what this is. This is just an empty box. So, if anybody has an idea what that might be, give me a shout out. There you go, guys. Auction finds for December 7th, 2013. All for $36. Thanks for watching.